Hi, I'm Jim Ewing for Provision Solutions Inc. and Provision Mentorship. For some time now, we've been collecting stories from those who have experienced mentorship, either as a mentor or as a protege. And we've heard some great experiences. But we've also uncovered some great stories that mentor. In this series, we want to share some of those with you. Listen to these stories and learn from them. Then tell us your experience on our blog, Provision Mentorship.
My experience with mentorship goes back probably 20 or 30 years with various people in my life. And this was not a professional or identified mentorship. It was a relationship that I had with some elders in the same line of work that I was in, which was teaching. And what happened was that they became the elder or the grandfathers that I never had. And what they do is provide perspective. And I think the most important thing that they allowed me to do was to trust my own inner experience, to really zero in on the external world, or there's authority outside, but we also have our own voice. And the process of being mentored was a process of discovering my own voice. There's another story, and this is with animals. And when we're in story time, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So it's not human beings that are speaking, but this is a little bit different. Once upon a time, there were two birds sitting on the branch of a tree. One was a mourning dove, and the other one was a canyon wren. As they sat there, they discussed all kinds of things, all the news, all the scandals, all the word and stories from the world of birds. And as was their habit, they discussed things like politics and economics and religion. But one day they were sitting there, rather bored, and it started to snow. Fat, fluffy snowflakes floating to the ground. So the mourning dove turned to the canyon wren. Do you know how much a snowflake weighs? No, I've never thought about that. Well, I think a snowflake weighs nothing more than nothing. I mean, take a look at these fat, fluffy snowflakes. So the canyon wren thought for a moment. If you think a snowflake weighs nothing more than nothing, I have a little story you should hear. One day, when I was sitting on the branch of a tree, just like this one, it started to snow. Fat, fluffy snowflakes, just like these. And I had nothing better to do, so I started to count the snowflakes. At first there were a dozen, then 100, then 1,000, then 10,000, and then I got up to 1,864,722 snowflakes. And one snowflake, which you say weighs nothing more than nothing, landed on my branch, cracked it straight through, drove it to the ground, and I had to fly up in the air to save my life. And with that, the canyon wren flew off into the distance, leaving the mourning dove sitting on the branch of the tree, trying to figure out what the story was about. And then it dawned on her, yes, of course. One snowflake, one person, when added to all the others, may be the one that makes all the difference in the world. Snowflakes, unique, unrepeatable, and fragile, just like you, just like me. But when added together, it could be that one affirmation, that one pat on the back, arm around the shoulder. You can do it. You've got what it takes. Keep going. It's the word of the mentor. It's the word of encouragement. It's the word of wisdom that transcends cultures and epochs in time. It's calling people to more than they can be.
Now it's your turn to share your experience with mentorship. Visit our blog, Provision Mentorship. And if your organization is looking at developing a mentoring program, why not get in touch with us? We'd be delighted to hear from you and point you to information and resources that will help you succeed in your mentorship journey. For Provision Solutions Inc. and Provision Mentorship, I'm Jim Ewing, wishing you the best on your mentorship journey.